Wow. Hey everyone. Welcome back to our channel where we discuss stories that inspire and empower us. So today I have a fascinating tale to share about a woman named Mrs. Otieno and how her creative mind led to growth in both her finances and her relationship. So this week and last week, we have stories and stories and stories for you. So you better listen keenly as I read this story for you. So once upon a time, there was a woman named Mrs. Otieno who possessed a truly creative mind. She understood that a creative mind is not limited to artistic endeavors alone, but extends to all aspects of life, including personal finance. Miss Otieno had always been intrigued by the relationship between creativity and personal finances. She believed that just as creativity fuels innovation and growth in other areas, it could also be harnessed to improve one's financial situation. So, in her pursuit of financial freedom, Mrs. Otieno vigorously applied her creative mindset. She realized that managing personal finances required thinking beyond traditional norms and exploring unique approaches. Instead of relying solely on a fixed salary, she sought out various sources of income, taking on freelance projects and starting a small business on the side. She approached budgeting with creativity as well, rather than viewing it as a restrictive process. Ms. Otieno saw it as an opportunity to design a lifestyle that aligned with her values and aspirations. She repurposed everyday items, learning to make delicious meals from leftovers and transforming old clothes into stylish new outfits. So by doing so, she not only saved money, but also found joy in the process of repurposing. Believing that growth in personal finances required continuous learning, Mrs. Otieno embarked on acquiring new skills and knowledge. She attended financial literacy workshops, joined online communities dedicated to personal finance, and devoured books on investing and money management. With each new piece of information, she absorbed her confidence into making sound financial decisions grow. But Mrs. Otieno's creativity did not stop at financial management alone. She also recognized the importance of nurturing relationships in her journey towards financial growth. She realized that strong relationships, whether with family, friends, or mentors, could provide valuable support, guidance, and even potential investment opportunities. With her creative mind, Mrs. Otieno forged connections by actively seeking out like-minded individuals who shared her passion for personal finance. She organized meetups, started financial discussion groups, and formed alliances with experts in the field. Through these relationships, she gained access to valuable resources, received personalized advice, and even discovered potential business partners. Mrs. Otieno's commitment to creativity in her personal finances paid off. She experienced exponential growth in her financial situations, steadily achieving her goals and dreams. However, she never stopped exploring new ways to innovate and improve her strategies. She understood that a creative mind continues to evolve and adapt to changing circumstances. Her success not only inspired her own life, but also those around her. Inspired her own life, but also those around her. She became a mentor to others, guiding them on their own financial journeys and encouraging them to embrace creativity in their approach. Through her example, Mrs. Otieno empowered others to see personal finances as a canvas for growth and innovation. And so, with a creative mind and a determined spirit, Mrs. Otieno's journey towards financial growth became a testament to the incredible potential that lies within each of us. It taught us that it teaches us by nurturing creativity and thinking outside the box, we can transform our relationships with personal finances and ultimately create a life of abundance and fulfillment. So, once again, I want to thank you for listening. So, Anthony, feel free to join the conversation. That is the end of Mrs. Otieno's story.
I really appreciate for you reading that story. It's a good story that if you listen to it so careful, it really has a lesson for us to learn that's going to impact greatly in terms of our personal finances decision. So when you look at Ms. Otieno's journey, is really a true, remarkable. And I think that what it stands out the most is her understanding that creativity isn't limited to just art. It can be applied to all aspects of life, including personal finances.
Wow, that is so right, Anthony. You find that Mrs. Otieno recognized that thinking outside the box was key to achieving financial freedom. She didn't solely rely on fixed salary, but sought out multiple streams of income through freelance work and starting her own business. And with this, I think that it's best when you think outside the box. You don't have to like rely on one source of income, because once you rely on your payslip, then you are going to struggle with these hard economic times. You find that you really need to identify other sources of income, maybe your skill, your talent. If you're good in cooking like Mrs. Otieno, then you need to maybe take that road as well and venture into it and make extra cash from it. Because if you just rely on your salary, then you will die poor. You will not have a strategic plan for yourself. So we are advised, just like Sheila taught us yesterday in yesterday's webinar, that it is good when you come out with other sources of income during the financial goals session. Or what do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, what you're saying is true. Yeah, yesterday, Sheila, she really challenged us that, like you're working from 9 a.m. in the morning up to 5 p.m. in the evening. And then after that, you go home and you just sit down. You need to come up with a creative idea of how you're going to make some money, either passively or actively within that period that you were just there relaxing. What I find impressive is how Ms. Otieno approached budgeting creatively. Instead of seeing it as a restrictive process, because you understand so many people look at budget as something that is going to restrict them from doing 1, 2, 3. So she viewed it as an opportunity to design a lifestyle that aligned with her value and aspiration. So repurposing everyday item and finding joy in the process not only saved her money, but it also sparkled joy in her life. And I want to believe that Ms. Otieno was so happy at the end of the day, because the way she approached issue to do with budgeting with her personal finances is in a great way that we need to look at and copy.
Wow. Let me just ask you, who will not be happy? If I was her, I would be even extremely happier than her, because, you know, she has hacked her way into this life. So she has to be like happy. And let's not forget about her thirst for knowledge. You find out that Miss Otieno actively sought out financial literacy workshops, and joined online communities, read books on investing and money management. So it's clear that her commitment to continuous learning played a significant role in her growth. And this reminds me, I will really have to refer to yesterday's session when Sheila told us that you can be rich, but not financially rich. You know, these are two different people. And as we were talking earlier, you heard that not everybody, despite being in the finance sector, they are good and disciplined with their money. You know, not everybody knows how to handle their money. Not everybody is disciplined with their money. And that's why I would encourage a lot of people to just follow these online communities, find financial literacy workshops. And that's why we are here. We're just here to enlighten them. We are here to educate you so that you can be good with your money. And we know that these are very hard financial times, and most of us are not disciplined with our finances. So you have to ask yourself, are you just rich or you're financially rich? What do you think, Anthony? Back to you.
That's so good and very deep. And just in our conversation with Derek today, you know, when he mentioned about, because he's an economist, and he was talking about all those people who have done those business in finances, bachelor in economics, and so many other people things. They know how to manage their money. And again, he brought the proverb. I think it's the saying or the proverb in African tradition, whereby they say, I quote in Kiswahili, mganga hajigangi. So you need a coach, you need someone to help you. You need to connect yourself with good-minded, like-minded people. And that's why the Concanto.com webinar is there. So it can enlighten you for you to understand. And when Sheila was also teaching yesterday, I think it was one of the very great webinar classes that she was so clear in her teaching, in her presentation. So when you look at Miss Otieno, you know, look at how brilliant she is in the story, and how she built a strong connection with like-minded individual. Like, you need to build a connection with mentor. You need to have experts who are coming around you. That's why the other time, Luisa, you were talking about the cycle of the friends that are rotating around you matters a lot. So with this story, when you read it, you know, like how it provided invaluable support to Miss Otieno, guidance, and even potential investment opportunity, because she was able to bring these people around her who are going to steer her, to push on, who's going to guide her. So it's better to have those like-minded individual to connect to them, like the mentor, like expert. And that's why we advise people to come to our webinar and also to watch our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Concanto.com 23, and you learn more about all these opportunities. Yeah, thank you. Can you continue?
Wow. Just to add on that point, you know, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So you find that in these times, in this era, let me use that word, you need to surround yourself with very, very like-minded people, and people who challenge you, not people who will challenge you to compete with them, not people who will fake their lives and make you go beyond or make you live beyond your means because you want to keep up with their lifestyle. And you find that it's good when you have friends who are disciplined, and then you also who will help you and understand that you are trying to live within your means. You don't have to go beyond, you know, you don't have to try and keep up with them. Let them be friends who can challenge you, people who can help you grow, people who can help you invest wisely, people who can help you be disciplined with your finances. And you find that with this story, it teaches us that financial growth isn't just about numbers, it's also about the people we surround ourselves with. So by nurturing our relationships, we can unlock countless possibilities for growth. And that's why I would keep advising us to just let us go and or let us look into our friendships, into the people we surround ourselves with. And not only friends, it can be relatives as well. You know, some relatives can just be there to bring you down while you don't know how they have really aligned their lives. So let us just stay focused in every way of our lives. Yeah. Maybe if you can add something.
Yeah, what I can say, Lisa, is Miss Otieno's journey reminds us that we all have the potential to develop a creative mindset and apply it to our personal finances. And that's why you remember when we were brainstorming about writing the second book, and we were looking at what type of the title that we can bring to this book. And that's why we came up with the power of money mindset, because mindset is a very important thing. And you know, when you have a creative mindset, it's going to help you. So that's why we are talking about that the story, this journey of Miss Otieno, you know, when you have that creative mindset and apply it to our personal finances, you know, it happens to think or to rethink in a very great way. So it's about thinking differently, not thinking like other people, and embracing the connection of people with a great mindset who are going to push you, to remind you when you go wrong, what you should do. So all this one, when we embrace innovation and never being afraid to explore new approaches, then you'll find yourself doing well in your personal finances, just like the way Miss Otieno did.
Wow, that is well said, Anthony. And I really love this story because it's really inspiring and it shows us the incredible potential and opportunities that lie within each one of us. So if each one of us can just tap into our creative minds, we too can experience growth in our personal finances and relationships. You just have to think outside the box, or you need to get outside and how can I say it? You just need to move from the comfort zone. Most of us, what holds us back is we are just too comfortable. We are too comfortable with our lives. We are too comfortable with our one business. We are too comfortable with our pay slips that we just don't want to think outside the box. What if you think that if you're a teacher, you can make mandazis and take to the canteen and supply at the school canteen? You just have to be smart. You have to be creative. What if you're working in an organization? There's this lady, I used to work in town, and she used to work for this office, and she would prepare chapatis, mandazis, and even tea. And she was like a receptionist or a secretary. So at the front office, you find that she would even sell that tea to people outside her office. You see, that was really creative of her because she was making an extra coin. You just have to know how you manage your time and balance your work with your side hustle, and you will just be okay, you know. And you also have to, how can I say it, the opportunities that lie within us. On that point of our friends, you know, our friends should be people who give us a push, who encourage us. They should encourage us to save for the future or invest. You can invest in your friends. You just have in your friends' businesses. You can partner and you can just grow together as long as you set boundaries. And I really love when our pastor says you have to pray with your partner, because hey, your partner can wake up one day and you're on your own, you have nothing. So let's learn to also pray for our partnerships, pray for our jobs, pray for everything, our investments. And my brother Derek always says, like the other day when M-Pesa was giving us a challenge, also pray for your these organizations we put our money into. what if one day you wake up, your bank has closed and your money is inside? So you also have to pray for your bank, pray for your M-Pesa as you do your transactions. So that is all I can say today, unless Anthony, you have something else to add on that.
Yeah, that's a great, and it's very deep when we talk about creativity, because we need to have a creative mindset, as you said. You know, it doesn't make sense that you're a pastor and you only go to preach, and after that you come back, you depend on the offering and the tithes. You can transform your the sermon and make it a book. You can transform the sermon or the teaching and create something that is going to be very important to your community. Like maybe you and your wife coming up with a blog about marriage, or teaching teens how to the life, how the life ahead is, and so many other things. So it all depends with our mindset and how we become more creative. So I want to believe by sharing this story of Miss Otieno, it inspire us and it inspire you, so that you start embracing the creativity and seek growth in your own lives. Every step that you do, you try to maneuver to get, how do I survive here? How do I get something to do that is going to be better from what I'm doing? So that at the end, all of us, we're going to celebrate and say, oh, God has really blessed us. Anything, Luisa?
Just to add on that point, I was thinking because our pastor, Prophet Alan, was saying the other day, there was a time he was saying that, just like you said, as a pastor, you don't have to rely on your offering tithe and whatever. You also have to be smart. You don't have to just sit there, oh God, and today they have just given little tithe. So you're there wondering. You also have to be smart, you know. You have to be smart as a pastor as well. Just like any other person, you need to be smart. You have to ask God for wisdom. So with everything that we've said, I just want to thank everyone who will be listening to this, who has joined us in this discussion. And we would love to hear on your thoughts about the story we have shared on the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more inspiring content. And just a little reminder, you have to grab your copy. I'll keep reminding you, grab your copy for My Pocket Friend Abroad. And I remember, well, Sheila was saying, she was saying last night, let me just confirm, yeah, on investing wisely. And that book really talks about that, because you find that a lot of people are just abroad and they find it challenging to invest. Why? Because you have trusted the wrong people back in the country, while you yourself can come and do a research or just know how you can do it. And that's why I keep advising everybody who is abroad to get this book that was written by Anthony Odhiambo, My Pocket Friend Abroad. You can get it from any platform, Amazon, Google, everywhere. Ebooks are available and you will just change your lives. Don't try and ignore that. And also, yeah, let's not just take more risks and more risks, though you have to also risk, but risk wisely. I would say that you have to risk wisely. Don't just risk carelessly. Then you start crying and regretting and saying, oh, I wish, you know, regret comes after. So grab your copy. And you can also send us an email at concanto@gmail.com, because we are planning to have classes. So if you want to start booking a spot, you can start by emailing us and you can make an enrollment. Also for the kids, we have the kids class where we are also enrolling, is ongoing, if I can say that. You just have to enroll your kid and yourself. If you enroll your kid and yourself, I believe you can get a discount, right, Anthony?
Yes, yes.
Right? Yeah, if you both enroll with your kid, then you can get a discount. And I will be there teaching your kid about the 5 J's because I have something to teach the kids. And I'll start with our kids. And I have already started with my kid. So I hope you can also enroll yourselves and get this knowledge. So until next time, I just hope that you are able to learn something. Go and follow our page on Instagram at Concanto23, where you can also just have a follow-up on the events. And once again, thank you and God bless you and have a lovely evening. And Anthony, if you have something to add on this, just feel free.
Anyway, thank you very much, Luisa. Yeah, this was a very great story about Miss Otieno, and I want to believe that we have learned a lot from there. And another thing that I want also to request us, if we can also go to concanto.com, we have products there. We have the African attires that you can buy for your family. You can buy yours, also for couples and even for kids. And we have nice shoes and so many other things. And when you get it, it's going to be also as you support also our initiative, and God will bless you. Anyway, thank you very much. See you next time. Continue embracing creative mindset. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you too.